Omar Khan, you dog. Oh my goodness. The Pittsburgh Steelers are signing number one inside linebacker in NFL free agency this year, Patrick Queen, poaching him from division rival Baltimore, where he's going to be playing his former team twice a year, and he's going to help us take the Baltimore Ravens lunch money all year long. Once again, it's a 3-year contract worth $41 million. That's less than $14 million per season. He was expected to sign for upwards of $18 million. Omar Khan gets one of the steals of free agency here with Patrick Queen. We're going to be breaking down this move today on Steelers Talk, but before we get into today's action, this is why you subscribe to the channel. We give you guys breaking news updates every single time the Steelers make a big move all throughout free agency. I'm telling you guys right now, Omar Khan's not done. All right, he's going to be making more moves. This team is going to continue to get better, and we're going to become one of the best rosters in the National Football League this year. So if you want to join us for the Russell Wilson era here in Pittsburgh with Patrick Queen, make sure you click that subscribe button right now for breaking news coverage here on the channel. Let's go into Patrick Queen's numbers over the last 4 seasons, and last year, second team All-Pro in the National Football League and a Pro Bowler, 3.5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, and a massive whopping 133 tackles. The big improvement in Patrick Queen's game last year was his pass defense. That has been a big question mark throughout his career. Last year, he answered that by becoming one of the best coverage linebackers in the National Football League. He's also a great blitzer, and he's a very solid tackler. I would assume Landon Roberts is going to keep the green dot because Patrick Queen did not have the green dot in Baltimore. He's not used to that. But man, that combination of speed between Landon Roberts and Patrick Queen, it's going to make one of the fastest, if not the fastest, linebacker duo in the National Football League today. So let me know, what's your one-word reaction to the news today? This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by giving me your one-word reaction down there in the comments. For me personally, my one word is con, as in con artist, because this is a brilliant move by GM Omar Khan. So here are the coverage stats for Patrick Queen, and I would say right now that the Pro Football Focus coverage grade would show that he's a better player than this might show. I mean, 80% completion percentage against Queen doesn't look very good. He allowed 2 touchdowns. He did have 6 pass breakups and an interception last year, but the quarterback rating there, man, giving up a 97.6. So maybe he still has a little bit of a ways to go in terms of his pass coverage, but he definitely improved a lot in this category in last season, and it made him an All-Pro. All right, a second-team All-Pro. That is the same team that Bobby Wagner made last year. And you know what, man? Maybe I would have rather had Bobby Wagner at the price point that Wagner maybe would have been at, but we don't know if he was even interested in joining the Pittsburgh Steelers. And getting a guy of this caliber at 24 years of age, on a 3-year deal at this price point, I mean, by the end of this contract, this is going to be an absolute steal for the Pittsburgh Steelers, paying a guy like this that much money. QB1 Russell Wilson also weighed in on Twitter. He seems to approve of the move, going, Queen! You gotta love it. Russell Wilson getting in on the fun. It seems like Russell is very happy to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. So let's take a look at his 2023 stats here. Over 130 tackles. That is massive. 9 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. He's a great blitzer, and he had 6 pass breakups for the Baltimore Ravens in that excellent defense that they had there in Baltimore last year. I mean, I hate the Baltimore Ravens with a fiery passion, but you got to admit that was a very good defense last year. Patrick Queen was a big part of that, and now because he figured out the Ravens don't beat the Steelers, so he's like, if you can't beat them, join them, baby. Let's go, Patrick. Can't wait for you to arrive in the Steel City. Now let's talk about a move that could be on the horizon here for Omar Khan, because I mean, I think the missing piece to this defense right now is a big-time cornerback to pair with Joey Porter Jr. on the outside. And I think L'Jarius Sneed might be the guy that he is targeting, specifically because the Chiefs are looking at potentially adding a wide receiver this offseason, not only in free agency, but probably also in the draft. They need to get better at that position. And lo and behold, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a guy named Deontay Johnson who is no longer a fit in the Arthur Smith offense. All right, he's got 1 year left on his contract. He's had some grievances with the team. It sounds like some rumblings. And you have an extra 4th-round pick. So if I'm Omar Khan, I'm giving Kansas City a call. And I'm saying, hey, man, okay, let's get this done. You know Snead's not going to be on your roster next year. Give us Snead. We'll give you the wide receiver you're looking for in Deontay Johnson, and we'll give you an additional 4th-round pick for your trouble. I think that works for both sides. You get L'Jarius Snead in this defense, and with the amount of speed and physicality that Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan are collecting on this defense, good Lord, watch out, because there's going to be nobody scoring on this defense next year. So tell me, down there in the comment section, who should the Steelers sign next? I've heard some people say, let's go get Bobby Wagner and get a 3rd linebacker and make this the best linebacking group in the National Football League. Honestly, guys, I'd probably rather go out and get an offensive lineman of some sort. I'd rather get a starting safety, because I think linebacker is actually in a pretty darn good spot right now. So if I have to pick one person, I would say go and get L'Jarius Snead, trade Deontay Johnson to get him if need be. I think that's the best move for the Steelers moving forward. And man, that defense is going to be nasty. All right, so man, I really do think some final thoughts to wrap up here. Patrick Queen, you're getting an all-pro caliber linebacker for less than $14 million a season when he was expected to make $18 million. All right, he's very well-rounded. He can play. He can play whatever, blitz. He's a good run defender. He's a great, reliable tackler. You see that with the tackle number last year, and he's been improving as a pass defender throughout his career. This guy has Pittsburgh Steeler written all over him, in my opinion, and I think he is going to be special in this defense where Mike Tomlin is going to be deploying him on all these different types of blitzes and creeper pressures and, disguises. I mean, this is the type of guy and the type of athlete that you can do a lot of stuff with. The Baltimore Ravens did that last year with him, and he was a big reason why that defense was so dominant in Baltimore last year, and now he's coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers to give that level of dominance to the Steelers, who already had a great defense. Remember, guys, this is a team that was top 10, if not top 5 in all major defensive categories in 2023. And now you're adding Patrick Queen to the mix with Landon Roberts, who, in my opinion, should have been a Pro Bowler last year. He played that well. And then you still have T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith on the outside. You still have Cam Hayward and Keanu Benson on the inside. You have Joey Porter Jr. at corner and Minkah Fitzpatrick at safety. Now, Omar Khan definitely still needs to sign a starting safety. He still needs to get a starting center. He still needs to fill the need at offensive tackle eventually. And he still needs to get another outside corner and nickel corner. So there's still things to be done for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. All right, so make sure you guys click that subscribe button, because when those big moves happen and we get those starters locked in for the Steelers defense in 2024, we're going to be going and giving you guys breaking news coverage right here on the channel. So to finish off today's show, let me know. Grade the signing of Patrick Queen. A, B, C, D, or F. I mean, getting an all-pro linebacker for less than $14 million a year, I don't know how you could give it anything other than an A, but if you are giving it something lower than that, explain your reasonings and your qualms or your complaints about this move. Did they spend too much money? Do you think Queen's not as good of a player as the all-pro status suggests? Let me know how you're feeling about Patrick Queen down there in the comments section. Guys, you can give me a follow on Twitter /X at Jack_Sperry for more Steelers updates. I'm going to be putting out the top free agency targets on my Twitter for the Steelers every single day, updating it for you guys so you know which players the Steelers could be watching out for over the coming days. Really do appreciate all of your support. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Give me a follow on Twitter. And until next time, here we go, Steelers.